And we are here to talk about a new category, a new word class. Because we have covered several word classes before, you can look up all those videos. And now we're getting to the interesting category of preposition. What is a preposition? The word preposition, if you look at it carefully, consists of the word pre, which means before, and the word position. So we're talking about something that comes before something else, something whose position is before something else. But what is it that whose position is before something, and what is that something else? It's a class of words that precede noun phrases. And when we say noun phrases, it could be just a noun or a pronoun. In the bathroom, the word in is the preposition. The bathroom is a noun phrase. Therefore, here we have your typical prepositional phrase in which we have a preposition preceding a noun phrase or a preposition followed by a noun phrase. In your eyes, similar structure. On my mind, with my dad. Over the top. These are examples of prepositions in English. I know that it always had a place in your heart. In your heart. In your heart, noun phrase. In preposition. The book of yours, a pronoun, which has replaced the noun phrase. A noun phrase is constituent, but the preposition and the noun phrase together, forming a prepositional phrase or a preposition phrase, are also a constituent. When you say with my dad being a noun phrase, is preceded by the preposition with, which creates this constituent, a preposition phrase. And when I talk about constituent is a technical term in syntax. You can go and look up the relevant video that I've done a long time ago about constituency. When you look at a sentence like the men fled from the posse, here you have the prepositional phrase from the posse, consisting of the preposition from and the noun phrase the posse. And together they form a prepositional phrase which is a constituent. And when it is a constituent, in the tree diagram, you would see that it appears as a node. As you can see here, the prepositional phrase has its own node in the tree. What is the word for house in Turkish? You would say the word is ev. And then I would say, what is the word for in? You would say it's da. And then I would say, oh, okay, now I know how to say in the house, so it must be da ev, in house. And what is the? Well, Turkish doesn't have the, so da ev. But then you will find out that da ev is not correct, because in Turkish the word for in the house is evde. It's not da ev. Why is that? Because Turkish, unlike English, instead of prepositions, it makes use of something else which is similar to prepositions, but the prefix pre does not quite capture the function because it doesn't precede the noun phrase, it follows the noun phrase. Hence the term post, after, postposition. Postposition, therefore, is a close class of words to refer to the category similar to prepositions that follows the noun phrase. And again, it could be a single noun or it could be a pronoun. And it indeed forms a constituent. English has prepositions, but many other languages have postpositions. Other than Turkish, you could mention Japanese and Hindi. In some classifications, the word ago in English has been classified as a postposition 2 years ago. As you can see, it follows the noun phrase. We have the preposition notwithstanding. If you look it up in the dictionary, notwithstanding, you would see that it has been labeled as a preposition. In a sentence like notwithstanding differences, there are clear similarities in all of the world's religions. But what about the following sentence? The actions were enough to expose the company to potential civil liability, the First Amendment notwithstanding. Again, you see that notwithstanding here, it doesn't quite precede the noun it follows, so it behaves like a postposition. That thing that could come before or after the noun, whether it's a preposition or a postposition, they both share an element, share something. They share the feature that they come next to the noun phrase. That's why the term adposition has been coined, to cover both prepositions and postpositions. Before I wrap up the video, there are two interesting observations about prepositions, specifically in English. We just learned that prepositions are followed by noun phrases, but the fact is that prepositions could be followed by some other stuff as well. Because if you look at the sentence, for example, I've been sitting here since before breakfast. Since is a preposition, before breakfast is a prepositional phrase. Therefore, here, the preposition since has not been followed by a noun phrase, it has been followed by another prepositional phrase. Now you can add that to the list of items that can follow a preposition in English. Another thing that could follow a prepositional phrase is a clause. Since they finished their breakfast, here, since is a preposition, they finished their breakfast. So in some classifications, since here has been seen as a preposition. They finished their breakfast is a clause that functions pretty much like a noun phrase, but regardless, here a preposition has been followed by a clause instead of a noun phrase. Or a preposition could be followed by nothing, like John is in the house. That's a noun phrase. John is in. In here is a preposition and is followed by nothing. The second interesting observation about prepositions in English is that you can combine verbs with prepositions to create new verbs in English. I got it, I get it. That's the simple use of get as a verb. But then I get up every day at 6 in the morning. Get up here means something different than get. You have other verbs like get in, get out, get down. Those are all different verbs than get that are created by combining the verb with preposition. To sign, sign in, sign on, sign up, sign out. As you can see, these are all phrasal verbs that have been created by combining a verb with a preposition, and sometimes with more than one preposition.